Hi, this is Ginny Prosser, a creative partner with Kiwi Lane. I'm located in Northern California in the Bay Area, and thank you for joining me this evening to view one of my videos. Hope you enjoy it. Bye now. Hi, it's Jenny, and tonight what I'm going to be showing you is a two-page layout that I'm going to design. And I'm going to use the new Fancy Frills 1A and 1B that was from the new releases. And I'm going to be using that along with Jason Lane, Spook Alley, and excuse me, Chevron's 3A. So what I'm going to do is, these pictures are of my grandson and daughter in Sun Valley, Idaho, and they went to a water park. And the water park had White Rapids ride, a fun water slide, and diving boards, high and medium diving boards, and I'm sure some other things too, but these are the pictures that I have. And so I wanted to create some rapids, so I decided I would try, and I flipped over Frills 1A, and I'm going to take 2A and lay it going the opposite direction. So what I'm saying is I flipped over and it's backwards, the 1A, and the 1B is going the right direction. So you know how rapids, they go this way and that, so I'm trying to get that effect by doing that. And I'll see how that turns out. Then over here, I'm gonna use it again, but I'm just gonna do it single. But I'm gonna use the Jason 1B that goes with it, so it'll look more like the swimming pool water. And we'll see how that turns out. The paper that I'm gonna use is an older paper by Kiwi Lane, and it was called Live Life. The copyright on it is 2015, but I think I probably acquired it in 2017. It's always been one of my very favorite papers that they came out with because it was bright primary colors and it was just great for boys' pictures. So I used it a lot for my grandsons. So when people were selling out and not wanting their paper, I snagged as much as I could. And this is the last I have of it. And I kind of hoard it. And you can see all the cute primary colors that it has in it. So this is the one that they called Charmed. And this is Good Times. And it was the stripe, I'm trying to get it over here, that went with it. And I'm going to use, this is all I have of this that I'm willing to give up. So I'm just going to cut a strip that'll give me like 2 inches here and again here. It's going to go up here. And then the Spook Alley is going to be the stripe. And since there's so much blue here and the water is going to be blue, I've decided probably to do this in the stripe also, which is Chevron's 3A. The water paper that I'm going to use is some older water paper that I've had for a while. And I think it's probably from Michael's or Joann's, but I think you can get it at Hobby Lobby too. And it just looks like pool water. And I'm going to try that out on both sides and see how it turns out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, oh, one other thing I had noticed, and I've used this several times, is this is the a la carte Contagious, and it is the same pattern as what's right here. So I thought I would try to incorporate that somewhere. I'm not sure. We'll see how that turns out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave for a little while. I'm going to trace my templates onto my paper and cut it out and replace it on here, and we'll come back and play with it and see how it looks. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Hi, I'm back. So I got my papers cut out, and I changed a little. I had that blue paper in the background, and it was just too much blue for me. So I switched it out and put white. I usually don't use a lot of white when I do my layouts, but I thought that it made it pop a little bit more. I think with the white here, and it picks the reflection in the water up really well by having the white. So I eliminated that. You'll see that I also cut a little strip here of the orange to pick out the orange, and finished off these pictures here with a little strip. Now what I'm going to show you is I'm going to take the Tim Holtz Distressed Ink Faded Jeans. I think that's the one that I decided I liked the color. Let me check it and see if that's the color that I liked. Yeah. So I'm going to take and I'm going to ink the water. And give it a lot of ink along here. And then I'm going to use another product. Some of you may be familiar with it, and some might not. It's called Glossy Accents. And when you use Glossy Accents, let me finish this one here, and then we'll go into that. I did cut these in the two opposite directions like I said I was going to. I did use Jason over on this side with the Fancy Frills. So I didn't change very much. Okay, I like that. Okay, so Glossy Accents looks like this. This is by Ink Essentials Glossy Accent Clear Dimensional Embellishment. And it's by Ranger. I never do that. So I have applied it here. And you can see that it looks wet. It makes the paper look wet, but actually it's dry. It goes on wet, and then you let it set, and it becomes like a clear plastic coating, and it makes the water look wet. So I thought I'd do that on the tips, and I'm going to show you how I apply it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do these, and then I'm going to so you just take it, squeeze, and you can leave it thick, or you can spread it like I'm doing, like so. Either way. And you can apply it as thick as you want it. Now, you can't put this down and continue working. You have to set it aside. So after you apply this over your ink, then you would move them somewhere where they're not going to get touched. I would say it probably takes an hour or so to set up. After I get them both done, I'm going to set them aside and I'll time it. And then when I come back to you for us to do some more work, I'll let you know how long it took for it to set up. So there's one. I'm not going to set that right there. I'm going to set it right here. And then I'm going to do the other. You see, it goes on really easy. This stuff lasts a long time too. I have not used this since before COVID, when I used to do retreats. So I wasn't even sure where it was stored. I had to dig it out and check it, but it was in fine condition. As long as you keep the lid on and you clean the nozzle before you put it away, you would be fine. And this, it comes out, you can see, quite easily. I don't even know that I've had more than 2 bottles since I've been scrapbooking. This might be my second one. Okay. So when those are together, they're going to look like this. So we're going to let those dry, and I'm going to see how long it takes for it to set up. I'm going to go ahead and ink my other ones and apply the glossy accents, and then they'll dry like this. So when I come back, I'll have some of this. Oh, I wanted to point this out too. I forgot. So I had told you I thought I was going to use some stripe here on the blue, but I found this in my stash along with the little pieces of paper that I still have from this paper kit. So it was already cut like this. I said, oh, look, that looks great. So I just wanted something back there to break that up so there wouldn't be so much white. And I think what I'm going to do is the color that stands out to me in this is red and the green. So I think I'm going to matte. I found some green, and I think what I'm going to do is, while I'm gone also, I think I'm going to cut me some mattes. I think I like the green on the background because the orange I already have here, and there's some yellow here and here. So I'm going to do, I think, my accents with some green. And we also talked about using the Contagious somewhere around here. So I think I'll cut some of these out in some primary colors, maybe a yellow, a green, a red. I don't know, not the blue because we're going to have so much blue, but I'll cut a couple of them out, and then when we come back we can play around with them. So let's get this part done and let this dry. And you know, I was going to show you, it doesn't matter if this is on straight or not. See how I kind of went like that? It's okay because it's water. It's not going to be perfect. Looks good. I like it. So I'll get some of this glued down. We'll let this dry, and then I'll cut some mats and maybe a few Contagious, and then we'll come back and work on it again. Okay, hope you come back and join me. Well, I'm back. I had a little technical difficulty. I made the video of my completion of the layout, and I didn't realize that it was on time lapse, so it was super fast, and I'm very disappointed because I created what you're seeing here and gave all the explanation of how I did it. So now I'm going to go over it with you. I want to apologize that you will not be able to see all the steps, but I'll try to give a very concise explanation how I came up with it. So as I had told you, I was going to matte in green, so I did. You can see here how nice it has turned out with the shiny water, and I'm pleased that the blue and the reflection looks just like the pool here. Now this is natural, like river water. It looks like it's got a green tint to it, so this blue doesn't do as well, but The way that I did this does kind of look like the rapids here, so I was pleased with that. Excuse me, my allergies have been really bothered me. So I had said I was going to cut out some of the contagious alt cards in different colors, and I did. And I used the green that was in the kit and the red that was in the kit, and this is a yellow from Bo Bunny double dot. And oh, I think I can show you. Yes. So this paper came with this, and on one side was the green and one side was the red. So that's where I cut those from. And these are not adhered down, but now I will be able to do it. At the other video, I said I would do it later, but we'll be able to do it now. But I wanted to tell you that I chalked. I used candy apple, distressed ink, and inked around the red ones. And around the yellow one, I use mustard seed. Around the green one, I don't remember which green I actually used. Probably, let me see here. Peeled paint is what I used around here. Then I took a roller pin and I traced around the outside area of each of the contagious. And then the little white dot is liquid pearl, and I'm going to show you that in case you haven't caught any of my other videos. Liquid pearl is a pearlescent dimensional paint. It comes in all different colors, and I have quite a few of them. And this one is called White Opal. It's available at Joann's, Scrapbook.com, Michael's, Amazon. They usually come in a 3-pack set with 3 different colors. And the way you use them is you just squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Now it makes a little point, but it settles down. It kind of, I don't know, gravity or something makes it round out. It doesn't stay like that. And it becomes this little ball that looks like a pearl, but it's really not a pearl. Now, my suggestion is when you first use it and it's been sitting, that you take a piece of paper, like I did here, and do it on a scratch piece of paper to make sure it comes out good. Because if it doesn't, it kind of splats out and makes a mess. If it is plugged, I just take a straight pin and put it down in there and go like this, and that will clear it. If you make a mistake or it comes out in a splatter, let it dry hard. Do not try to remove it while it's wet because it'll make a mess. After it's dry, either take your straight pin or your scissors, and if it's dry, you'll be able to pop it right off and make another one. So that's how I do the liquid pearls. And these are all dry. And these are the ones that I have already put down. When I put them down, I used mounting squares. Here they are. Foam mounting squares. I'm going to take these out of the package. Now, what I decided in the other video, I kept going back and forth whether I wanted the yellow here or green over there. I thought maybe there was too much green here, but I've got green over here, and there's yellow on this side and yellow on this side. And I thought I wanted this on this side because it's kind of the same shape as the tube they're in. So I'm going to put a couple of these on the back. And like I said, I'm sorry that you didn't get to see me put it all down. but I'm going to give you the explanation now. So we should be okay. The video turned out really nice. It's just going 5 miles an hour. Let's do this kind of like this. Oh, you know, this one I did with the stripes up and down, and this one I was going to do with the stripes kind of catty corner. Let's do it like that. Yeah, I think, oh, you know what? I wanted it down over that bush. I forgot. Doggone it. This has thrown me completely off. Video not working. Nice thing about these dots is they come off pretty easy if you don't let them sit too long. See, you can always correct. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay. I wanted this down over that bush a little. So I wanted this one. I'm going to do this like this. And then this one up here. There we go. I wanted it down a little bit. And I put this one to the left because I had this one to the right. So I thought that made sense. Then I called my daughter who lives in Idaho, and this is my grandson Sage, and found out the name of the location where they were at. It's called Lava Hot Springs. So I made a little tag using Travel 3T, and I inked it, and then I used the ballpoint pen or the rolling pin again and went around. I put 2 brads and I popped it up again. I didn't think that Sage could be seen very well here, so I wanted to point that out. So I used Explore 3T and put his name on it and pointed right to him. This is Explore 4T, and I found out the little boy he's with and jumping off the board at the same time. His name is Alex, but I didn't want the arrow going like this. I didn't want to interfere with the blue here, so I flipped it and did it this way. And then I did a little stitching around the edge. And again, that's just used with the black roller pin. So I use the black roller pin around these and here. And I use my glossy accents here and my liquid pearls there. So I think it turned out pretty cute. I hope I've given you some ideas of different products. Maybe you've used the glossy accents before and just completely forgot about them like I did, and you'll pull them out of your stash and use them again. All these things that I do, my detail, you don't have to do it. This would look just as good if you just inked around it and just left them without putting the black outlines. And the stitching wasn't necessary. I just go into a lot of little detail that I like on my pieces. And it's kind of what I've always done, so I continue doing it. I think that's about all that I can explain to you about this layout. I think it turned out, like I said, pretty cute. So thank you for joining me. I have other videos I have made, and I'll be doing more in the future. I already have one done for June and ready to go, so I know it's going to turn out okay. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do all the step-by-steps along with you on this last part. So have a nice evening now, and thanks for joining me. Bye.